evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to officially call this public meeting of the Mayor and Council to order. At this time, I'd ask everyone to please rise for a moment of silent prayer and or reflection as we think about the people who were affected by the fires in Maui, Hawaii, as we think about the people who will be affected by Tropical Storm Idalia, and for the Calamari family. Michael Coach Calamari was a borough employee for more than 38 years, and he is sorely going to be missed. Please salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please note the fire exits behind you into the parking lot, and to my left, your right, into the main hallway of the Borough Hall. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to advance notice of attend any meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with this act, the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Milford have caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Borough Hall, and notices have been sent to the record in the Ridgewood News. The mission of this governing body is to provide essential services for the establishment and implementation of public policy that will safeguard the infrastructure, provide fair, honest, courteous, and professional services, establish a sense of trust and accomplishment between all residents, and through research and prudent planning, seek to minimize risk while improving our services. We are sensitive to the needs and satisfaction of our taxpayers, while realizing that this governing body cannot be all things to all people, within the revenue constraints imposed by state mandates, economic conditions, and prevailing attitudes about taxation. At this time, I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilwoman Samuelson. Councilwoman Starkey Hurley. President. Council President Duffy. Here. Councilman Grotsky.
Here.
Councilman Seymour.
Here.
Councilwoman Grant. Here. Mayor Petrino.
Here. Okay. First item on the agenda tonight is a couple of appointments. May I get a motion to appoint Christopher Pena to Fire Company Number 1?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? May I get a motion to appoint Jehanara Hayter to the Stigma Free Committee?
So moved, Mayor. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Christopher and Jehanara, thank you very much for volunteering your time to the borough. So under unfinished business, can I get an approval of the minutes from the July 24th, 2023 public and closed session meetings?
So moved.
I have to abstain from the July 24 meetings.
Okay.
So moved.
So we have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
And one abstention. We're going to have a motion to adopt ordinance 2023:26, and at this time, I ask the clerk to please read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 2 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Milford entitled Administration, thereby amending subsection 2-20.6 entitled Fire Department, and further entitled Qualifications for Membership.
Okay, the purpose of this ordinance is to amend the qualifications for membership to the local fire department to be consistent with the New Jersey State Firemen's Association. At this time, I would ask for a motion to open to the public for a public hearing on this ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen of the public, if anyone has any questions on this ordinance, now would be your opportunity. Seeing that there's no member of the public that wishes to comment on this ordinance, I would ask for a motion to close to the public.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? May I get a motion to adopt this ordinance on its final reading?
Second.
Mr. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Starkey Hurley.
Yes.
Council President Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grotsky.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Councilwoman Grant.
Yes.
Okay, the next one is ordinance 2023:27. When the clerk has the opportunity, I would ask her to please read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 3 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Milford entitled Police Regulations, establishing Section 3-15, entitled Parking of Motor Vehicles by Certain Motor Vehicle Establishments.
Okay, the purpose of this ordinance is to limit parking of motor vehicles by certain commercial motor vehicle establishments, making it unlawful for any commercial motor vehicle establishment to park, store, idle, or otherwise maintain on any public street any inventory vehicle or shop vehicle. May I get a motion to open to the public for a public hearing on this ordinance?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen of the public, if anyone has any questions about this ordinance, now is your opportunity. Seeing that no member of the public wishes to comment on this ordinance, I would ask for a motion to close to the public.
Motion to close. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? May I get a motion to adopt this ordinance on its final reading?
So moved. Second.
May I get a roll call, please?
Yes. Councilwoman Saraki Hurley.
Yes.
Council President Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grotzky.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Councilwoman Grant.
Yes.
Okay, the next one is 2023:28, and when the clerk has the opportunity, I would ask her to please read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 4 of the Revised General Ordinances of the Borough of Milford entitled General Licensing, thereby amending subsection 4-15 entitled Towing and Storage.
Okay, the purpose of this ordinance is to amend the fee to apply for a towing license and the fees permitted for towing and storage as recommended by the New Milford Police Department. May I get a motion to open to the public for a public hearing on this ordinance?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen of the public, if anyone has any questions regarding this ordinance, now would be the opportunity. Seeing that there's no member of the public that wishes to comment on this ordinance, I would ask for a motion to close to the public.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I get a motion to adopt this ordinance on its final reading?
Second.
May I get a roll call?
Councilwoman Saraki Hurley.
Yes.
Council President Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grotzky.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Councilwoman Grant.
Yes.
Okay, moving on, 2023:29. When the clerk has the opportunity, I ask her to please read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 10 of the Revised General Ordinances of the Borough of Milford entitled Building and Housing, thereby amending subsection 10-9 entitled Submission Requirements for Construction of Residential Buildings.
Okay, the purpose of this ordinance is to help ensure compliance with the plans, specifications, requirements, land use board resolutions, and developers agreements that serve as the basis for the issuance of construction and other permits. The goal is to eliminate construction and construction techniques which result in the erection of non-conforming buildings and structures. May I get a motion to open to the public for a public hearing on this ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen of the public, if there's anyone who has any comment on this ordinance, now would be your opportunity. Seeing that no member of the public wishes to comment on this ordinance, I would ask for a motion to close to the public.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? May I get a motion to adopt this ordinance on its final reading?
So moved. Second.
May I get a roll call?
Yes. Councilwoman Saraki Hurley.
Yes.
Council President Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grotzky.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Councilwoman Grant.
Yes.
Good news is, that's it for adoptions. So we're going to move on to some introductions. First one is 2023:30, and when the clerk gets the opportunity, I'd ask her to please read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend the Revised General Ordinances of the Borough of Milford, thereby repealing and replacing in its entirety Chapter 29 entitled Stormwater Control.
Okay, the purpose of this ordinance is to amend the Stormwater Control Ordinance to reflect amendments to the Stormwater Management Rules at NJAC 7:8 adopted July 17, 2023. The goal of stormwater management is to minimize pollution caused by stormwater in order to restore, enhance, and maintain the integrity of the water of the state. May I get a motion to introduce this ordinance on its first reading?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Make it a roll call, please.
Yes. Councilwoman Saraki Hurley.
Yes.
Council President Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grodzki.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Councilwoman Graham.
Yes.
Okay, the public hearing on this ordinance will be at our September 11th meeting.
No.
Next one is ordinance 2023:31. When the clerk has the opportunity, I ask you please read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 3 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of New Milford entitled Police Regulations, establishing Section 3-16 entitled Metal Detecting.
The purpose of this ordinance is to add a section to the police regulations ordinance to prohibit metal detecting on public property in the Borough of New Milford. May I get a motion to introduce this ordinance on its first reading?
So. Second.
May I get a roll call?
Yes. Councilwoman Saraki Hurley.
Yes.
Council President Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grodzki.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Councilwoman Graham.
Yes.
Next one is 2023:32. When the clerk has the opportunity, I would ask you to please read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 3 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of New Milford entitled Police Regulations to repeal Item 24 of Section 3-8.1 entitled Prohibited Acts.
The purpose of this ordinance is to repeal a section of the ordinance which pertains to underage drinking as it was preempted by the New Jersey State Statute 2C:33-15. At this time, I would ask for a motion to introduce this ordinance on its first reading. Second. May I get a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Saraki Hurley.
Yes.
Council President Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grodzki.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Councilwoman Graham.
Yes.
Yes. Any of our younger residents that are watching tonight, there still is laws against underage.
That's correct. State law.
Okay. 2023:33.
Yes.
When you're ready, Chris.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 7 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of New Milford entitled Traffic, thereby amending subsection 7-6.2 entitled Stop Intersections.
The purpose of this ordinance is to add stop signs on Sutton Place and Lee Place as recommended by the Borough of New Milford's traffic officer. May I get a motion to introduce this ordinance on its first reading?
Second.
May I get a roll call, please?
Yes. Councilwoman Saraki Hurley. Council President Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grodzki.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Councilwoman Graham.
Yes.
Okay. Last but not least, ordinance 2023:34, and then you have the opportunity.
Yes. Capital ordinance of the Borough of New Milford in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, to appropriate an additional sum of $90,750 for the Main Street Improvement Project in, by, and for the Borough of New Milford, and provide that such additional sum so appropriated shall be raised from the Capital Improvement Fund of the Borough.
The purpose of this ordinance is to appropriate additional funding from the Borough Capital Improvement Fund to the Main Street Improvement Project. May I get a motion to introduce this ordinance on its first reading?
Motion.
Second.
May I get a roll call, please?
Yes. Councilwoman Saraki Hurley.
Yes.
Council President Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grodzki.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Councilwoman Graham.
Yes.
Okay. Now we can move on to item number 1, which is ShopRite Partners and Caring Event Request Administrator.
Yes, thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
I forwarded this information to the council late last week. We had received a request from ShopRite of New Milford Partners in Caring for an event to be held September 16th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. They're asking to use a portion of Knights Field and the whole parking lot from 12 till 6. They'd like to have the lot available overnight to make sure that nobody's parked there in the morning. They're hosting a charity event for Partners in Caring to raise money for the local community. And these were the requests. Use of the field for pony rides from 12 to 2. Use of the parking lot for the tents, tables, chairs, dunk tank, and food trucks, cotton candy, hot dog, snow cone, and popcorn. Vendors that would be setting up booths and doing giveaways to advertise their businesses. And there will also be a DJ from 12 to 3, a live band from 3 to 5, a photo booth, a 50-50 raffle, kids start game, face painting generator for power, and much more. And they were asking about availability of a mobile stage, which we've advised that we don't have. They did find out that there is a stage available from the borough of Oradell, and Oradell is willing to lend it if they're lending it to the borough of New Milford. I just want to make a point, because I didn't catch this the first time through. If this is approved for this location, the raffle would require a raffle license as well.
All right. Council President Duffy.
I did have a couple of questions regarding, weren't there pony rides mentioned?
Yes.
And where would they take place?
Well, they're asking to use the field for that, and I did actually get some feedback from the Department of Public Works and Recreation, and they both said that that was not something that they would be in favor of.
I agree, I have an objection to that, yes. And I was also wondering about stakes going in the ground. So where would that be, on the field or in the parking lot?
I don't know that the tents would be staked. I'm not sure how else they would be putting them up, but that could be something that we could prohibit if we were to.
Other than that,
Yeah, no stakes in the parking lot, obviously.
right.
And DPW Director Cahill has indicated he's against that. They should just be put on the ground on top of the surface as opposed to drill in the parking lot.
I think it sounds like a really nice event, and I appreciate that ShopRite would do that. And will there be bathroom facilities? Or is that just at ShopRite?
That's a good question. Are they going to be bringing in photos, or are they going to be directing people to the
Not
store?
sure if that was indicated in the paperwork that was submitted. And there is a representative here.
Hi,
Yes,
would you like to, we'll let you come up if you just give us your name and
Oh, sure,
we'll have you speak on this topic only.
Okay. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Glenn Park, I'm associate of New Milford ShopRite. In regards to some of your concerns, I can give some clarity. In regards to the pony rides, we did take in accountability that possibly when you say ride, it's not really a ride, it's a walk. So it takes a different effect on the ground in regards to the ponies, whatever they have on their feet. In addition to that, if it still remains a concern, we can always have the walk on the asphalt of the parking lot instead of possibly putting the grass in jeopardy.
Who would be cleaning up after them?
Well, in regards to the ponies, they have their own liability in regards to making sure there's anything that's, left behind, etc. They take care of that themselves. In regards to the bathroom, that is an extremely good question. At this point in time, we have not really addressed that. So if I had to be direct, I would have to say we would direct them into the store.
Okay.
Which is not such a far walk, but it is taken into thought in regards to some form of porta potties or feet.
Because I'd imagine, it's going to be a day full event with lots of people. You may want to, you have to bring us back, you may want to consider porta johns, a couple of them. We do have areas where you can put them, but, if you want to just direct people to the store, that's on you guys.
Absolutely.
There's a permit required for the porta john as well, just so you know.
As well.
And the raffle.
And the raffle, exactly.
And the raffle, if you are not,
ACP.
if you're not a licensed organization with the state of New Jersey, you would have to partner with another organization that is a licensed organization, because you have to have a raffle license from the state, a registration from the state before you can even apply for a license. Okay?
That's taken into accountability.
So there are a number of organizations in town that do have them, and it's a possibility if you reached out, they might be willing to co-sponsor it for you.
Absolutely.
I have a question. Like everybody with a car, if you're using the parking lot.
Well, in regards to that section, I would anticipate everyone would be parking in a bigger parking lot. And again, acknowledging that it's only a certain time period, whereas it's not all day, and we will have someone directing traffic.
My understanding is you're using the whole parking lot,
No, he's talking about the ShopRite parking lot.
the ShopRite parking.
That's where they're parked.
And it doesn't sound like we're going to be closing Chiquino.
It did not, no.
Right, which is another 50 spots.
Yeah. Depending on the size of the event, which is something that you would probably need to touch base, if the police chief said that we may need to hire, 1 or 2 officers for traffic
But, right,
purposes.
well, we do have our in-house security that is going to be exhausting as well. So I want this to be acknowledged that this is the first annual type thing that we're trying to do, whereas that we're trying to get the participation of board, et cetera, and acknowledging that this is a future situation that we're enduring that can possibly bring additional corporate relations to New Milford. That's my goal in regards to having this event be approved as well as for future endeavors as well.
I'd like to ask you, mentioned that, New Milford, ShopRite has been pretty generous in donating a variety of things to New Milford. The letter says that most of the benefits that ShopRite receives that day will be donated to New Milford. Are there specific entities within New Milford, or will it just be donations of water and like when?
Well, actually, the whole purpose of Partners in Caring is to prevent hunger in communities. So I don't want that to be misconstrued, whereas that we're just donating, et cetera, et cetera. We're focusing on certain food banks that are already assigned to the organization that we're working with, and it's specifically to fight hunger, not only in this community, in multiple communities. We've been generous, or should I say, New Milford has been generous in their community because Surrey has a multiple, like maybe 27 stores, and we are statistically the #1 store. So that means that the community has really significantly helped ShopRite of New Milford to become that. So what we're trying to do is utilize that particular aspect of it and support other surroundings. If it's not in New Milford, it's in other surrounding communities. So we just want to let that be acknowledged.
So some of the money to make that day will be donated to the food pantry in New Milford.
We'll select food pantries. And all monies and proceeds will be donated. There's nothing for profit.
And New Milford ShopRite has been generous to our.
They have, absolutely.
Thank you for your work. Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
If you don't mind, I think this is a great idea. What I don't like is the ponies on the field or the ponies on the sidewalk. I know that doesn't, their hooves don't mean fun, but they don't, it's not good for them.
Well, again, in response to that, when you say ride, they're not running. They're just walking.
It's a pony ride.
Yes, it's a pony ride, just they're walking around. So, in regards to it being any significant bother to maybe the pony or even the ground or even the field, I'm not sure that, I'm not a professional, but I can't say that that is an accurate assumption.
What's not an accurate assumption? On the sidewalk?
On the sidewalk or the field, because the young lady here said that she's concerned that it might interfere with the field of grass as far as pony rides, which is true if you're riding a horse in a
you have a number of, how many horses do you plan on having?
Just 2 ponies.
Sir, if I may, Mr. Mayor, the DPW director is concerned. It's a brand new field. The sod that's there is literally in its infancy. Or it's not even sod, it's turf. So it's not just the grass, rather. Forgive me. It's not just the ponies. I mean, they're small animals. We understand that. But it's people standing on the grass for longer periods of time tramples the grass, and we can't lose it. It's not in our budget to lose it. So we want to protect the field. And he was pretty adamant. That's a no-go.
In regards to the ponies.
On the field.
On the field.
On the field. Totally understood. I mean, we would
We would allow you
readjust.
to put it in the parking lot, and if the pony company says this is acceptable and safe, then,
Absolutely.
you know.
I totally concur. It was something that was brought upon before
It's not a legal pony, it's-
when we started this. So we kind of like dotted our i's and crossed our t's in advance. So we prepared in regards to that being declined, and stated to them that they do have the asphalt of the parking lot to walk.
And at the end of the event, ShopRite will clean up.
Absolutely.
think we can contact Ordo.
We're willing to borrow on their behalf.
Yeah, I think, you know, we have to contact Ordo to borrow the, the stage, the band show, because they will lend it to us, and then we would have to lend it to them, and we would be taking responsibility.
Is there a cost to bringing it, transporting it?
It's on a trailer. Are you guys okay with that?
I'm okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Do I do a vote for that, or you just say works?
Just
I may get a motion
Is there a
to
vote for that or
request,
not?
no.
Very cool.
May I get a motion to request the band trailer shell from the Borough of Ordo?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do we need
That's
to
nice, but you don't
approve,
get to vote.
do we need to approve the event? You actually done
I
that?
mean, we haven't ever really necessarily done that with other events. It was,
Okay.
I mean, it was actually like an application to the recreation department
Right.
that John brought up the chain because it was a little bit beyond just, a field use.
Oh, okay.
I just want to make very clear that even with approval tonight, we're not there yet. We have insurance requirements that we have to work through in the next week and a half to make sure that we have everything covered. So we'll have to be in touch with our risk manager to be involved to make sure that we have everything covered.
Absolutely.
Okay?
So we understand it.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me there.
I look forward to future endeavors. Cheers.
Get up.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 2 is county paving ADA ramps administrator.
Okay, so we received a letter earlier this year that the County of Bergen is going to include Madison Avenue from Oradell to River Road and River Road from Graphic Boulevard to Milford Avenue in their 2024-2025 resurfacing program. So our obligation is that we have to design the ADA ramps, and the county will reimburse us for the design, but unfortunately they don't reimburse us at the rate of what it costs to actually get them designed. I'm trying, I've been in touch with 2 different people at the county to see if I could get an updated number from them. The last that I knew is a contract that we have with them from 2012. We have never renewed the contract, and I'm sure that there has to be something, but I haven't gotten that information yet. There's a total of, I believe, 27 ramps, and the quote that I have from our engineer for the design is $600 per ramp. So that's a $16,200 expense, for which, based upon the numbers that I have, we would be reimbursed for maybe a quarter of that. I'm hoping it will be different. To add to the complications of it, I got another letter from them today saying that it's actually definitely for the 2024 program, and that they have to submit their plan to DOT in October, so that we need to provide them our plans and certifications for the ramps by the end of September, or they're going to remove the plan from the 2024 paving program. So I guess the questions are twofold. Obviously, we want to move forward and have the paving done.
Correct.
Okay. So between Vince and I, we're going to have to figure out where we're going to be allocating the money. I would think that there's probably money in one of our road programs. The problem with that is that's a capital account, and capital accounts aren't reimbursable, so whatever we would get back from the county would go back into a different account.
What about the CIF? Capital Improvements Fund?
I don't think we can do that now.
Okay.
But I just wanted to make sure everybody understood the expense that was involved and that it's not all going to be reimbursed.
So the 16,000 is the max. We're going to try to get that down. or like we're hoping the reimbursement's higher, but as of 2012, that would be our cost?
I believe that our exposure is 16
Okay.
to 200.
That will go to next year's budget.
No, we have to do the design now. It has to be done immediately.
We put it in September.
Yes. Now, the engineer has been out, he's done the inspections, and with the approval, I'll get that started, tomorrow, if that's how we want to move forward.
I think we have to.
I think, yeah, we're getting,
It's a lot of paid work,
We
it's a
can't
lot
not
of
have
road,
that
and
road
we're gonna do it, so, I think. Making a motion to move forward with the county road paving program and the, design costs for the ADA ramps.
Motion.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, item number 3, schedule updates. This is a long one.
The long one?
Sunday, September 10th, is the annual fishing derby in New Milford. Sponsored by the New Milford Municipal Alliance, it takes place from 8 to 12 p.m. at Hardcastle Pond. For more information, you can go to the New Milford Borough website or the New Milford Municipal Alliance Facebook page. Wednesday, September 13th, is the annual Help Bag Hunger Day, sponsored by Sarah Supermarkets. It's pretty much all day at New Milford ShopRite. You can get more information on their Facebook page. That's the event where people from town, we go in and we help bag groceries all day, and it's quite fun. And I like getting yelled at for making the bags so heavy. On Sunday, September 17th, is the 2023 Northern New Jersey Walk for Apraxia, sponsored by Apraxia for Kids Foundation. I don't have the exact time, but it will take place on the New Milford High School football field. For more information, you can go to apraxia-kids.org. On Saturday, September 23rd, the Milford Fire Department will be holding an open house, sponsored by the NMFD. The time is from 12 to 4 p.m. It's at New Milford Fire Department Company 1. For more information, you'll be able to find it on our borough website and the fire department's Facebook page. This event will have food trucks, games, and a bunch of other things for kids and families. At the same time, across the street, the Art Center of Northern New Jersey will be holding an open house from 12 to 4. So you can definitely, hit both of them at the same time. Okay, Thursday, September 28th, is the Bergen County Domestic Violence Symposium. It is sponsored by Newbridge Medical Center, and it will take place at the Newbridge Medical Center Auditorium, and that starts at 5 p.m. I imagine we'll get a little bit more information on that later. Friday and Saturday, September 29th and 30th, is the library book sale, sponsored by the Friends of the New Milford Public Library. I don't have the exact time.
On Friday, it's from 12 to 5, and on Saturday, it's from 10 to 5. However, if you are a member of the Friends of the Library, you can come on Friday morning from 10 to 12 in your first pick.
Okay.
And books can be dropped off anytime from September 5th through September 25th. During library hours, the books must be in good condition, and we will not accept textbooks.
Okay. And that will take place at the New Milford Public Library, and I'm imagining there's more information on the Friends of the Library website.
Yes, correct.
Okay, the following day is the townwide garage sale, sponsored by Friends of the New Milford Library.
Wait, you say the following day?
I'm sorry, Saturday the 30th.
Okay.
Is the townwide garage sale. New Milford Friends of the Library, and you'll be able to get maps at the library,
At 8:30.
and we will also get a digital copy we can put on our website.
Correct.
Okay. So we're going to jump back to Friday the 29th. We have the New Milford Junior Football Adult Tricky Tray, which will take place at the Elks Club. And the times on that are to be TBN. We'll further notice. Friday, September 29th is the New Milford Lantern Tour and Storytelling event, sponsored by the New Milford Historic Preservation Commission. This will start at 7 p.m. at the French Huguenot Cemetery. We have information on our website and the Historic Preservation Commission Facebook page. The Lantern Tour will start at 7 p.m. and it'll be followed by spooky stories and Bergen County history mysteries. Now we're moving into October. October 7th, Saturday, is Clean Communities Day. Sponsored by New Milford Clean Communities in partnership with the New Milford Environmental Commission. It'll be from 9 to 12 p.m. at the New Milford DPW. We'll have information on it on our website.
9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Yes.
You just-
Did I say it backwards?
You said 9
It's
to
gonna be a
12
little bit
p.m.
dark.
Could have been an evening
Yeah.
thing, so
There we go.
let me clarify.
Bring a flashlight. On Tuesday, October 10th, is the New Milford's annual Domestic Violence Awareness Symposium, sponsored by the Borough of New Milford and the New Milford School District. It's different this year. It will take place at 1 p.m. at the high school auditorium. We will have information on our website, and in a little bit, Councilman Seymour will explain why it's a little different and what the focus is this year. On Sunday, October 15th, is Fire Awareness Day, sponsored by the New Milford Fire Department. It'll be from 1 to 4 p.m., which is the tentative time, but we're pretty sure that's going to be the hours. And it'll take place at the Knightsfield parking lot. So for the first time ever, it will not be here. It's going to be by the ShopRite parking lot on the other side of town. You'll have information on our website and the fire department's Facebook page. They actually have a rain date for October 22nd. Okay, was there any events that I missed?
916, Partners in Caring.
916, Partners in Caring. That's right.
And Mayor,
With ponies in the parking lot.
Mayor, what dates did you have for the Bergen County Domestic Violence Symposium?
I have it on 20.
9/26.
9/26. All right, so the Bergen County Domestic Violence at Newbridge Medical Center is 9/26, not 9/28. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, administrative report.
Thank you, Mayor. The borough is transitioning from Swift 911 to RAVE for our emergency notification system. So the link to sign up on our website is going to be down for the next few days. Once it is restored, anyone that was previously registered will still be registered for notifications, and links for new registrants will be on both the borough and the New Milford Police Department websites. We recently received a notice from the state regarding unclaimed property. I'm sure many people have seen, they've been advertising in the newspaper for personal and public property. I reviewed the list with our borough attorney, and I've submitted a claim on the borough's behalf for $4,869.12. Engineering update, the New Jersey DOT culvert project, which has now become the Steuben Avenue Improvement Project. The DPW superintendent reviewed the proposed scope of work for paving in the Steuben Avenue area with the engineer, and we are awaiting an estimate. Once determined, we will reapply under the local area infrastructure fund for funding. The New Jersey DOT Boulevard and Graphic traffic signal. The road improvements at Graphic and Boulevard have been completed. The engineer is confirming the timing on the equipment delivery. Installation is anticipated for November or December, NJDOT Municipal Aid Cedar Road, the work is scheduled to be completed this week. Prospect Park Basketball Court lighting, which is a Bergen County open space project. The engineer is confirming the timing on material delivery and installation is anticipated for November. The Prospect Park Playground, the demo and clearing is to be completed by the DPW the first half of September, with installation expected by the end of September. Reichelt Road resurfacing, which is a community development project from River Road to Pacific. The bid opening was held on August 22nd, and a resolution is on tonight's agenda to award the project, which is expected to be completed before the end of the year. The New Jersey DOT Main Street Streetscape Project, additional funding as per the governing body discussion at the July meeting is being authorized by an ordinance being introduced tonight, and a resolution to authorize the project design will be listed on the September 11th agenda. On to my next point. Last fall, the borough submitted an application to FEMA on behalf of homeowners for a grant to fund the elevation of 16 residential properties in the borough. We received notification today that the application was selected for further review, which means it contains sufficient information for a preliminary determination of cost effectiveness and feasibility. While it's a step in the right direction, it is not a notification of award, and we are awaiting further information from the state. But considering we put the application in November, this is the first we've heard about it, and there were actually projects that were not funded, not approved to move forward. So again, step in the right direction. Yeah.
Well done.
Borough Hall is going to be closed next Monday, September 4th, in observance of Labor Day, and the next meeting of the Mayor and Council is scheduled for Monday, September 11th.
And if anyone here noticed, the parking lot was resealed over the weekend with brand new striping, so it's nice and bright. So a lot of projects in New Milford, as always. Okay, resolutions. Has everyone had a chance to look at the resolutions? Are there any that need to be pulled out for the discussion and or vote? May I get a motion to file county committee reports with the borough clerk to be spread in full upon the minutes?
Council.
Council committee reports.
So, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we'll go around real quick. Let's start with Councilwoman Grant.
Thank you, Mayor. You actually already mentioned what I would have, which is a book sale and a garage sale coming at the end of the month. So,
Thank you. Councilman Seymour.
Thank you, Mayor. I recently had an opportunity, along with our chairwoman from the Flood Advisory Mitigation Committee, to attend a flood awareness town hall hosted in Westwood by Senator Scapizzi, and it was very informative, and we learned a lot about pending legislation to address flooding long-term across our entire county and state, we're going to be hosting a similar event in 2024 here in New Milford. In addition to that, Mayor, as you indicated, and thank you, this year for the first time we've organized and we're going to be presenting a Bergen County Mental Health Awareness Symposium, more specifically to address mental health and recovery from trauma as it relates to domestic violence and abusive relationships. It's really humbling to be partnering on this project with Newbridge Medical Center and Bergen County Alternatives to Domestic Violence. And this particular panel will include clinicians, psychologists, and of course, representatives from both Bergen County ADV and the Women's Information Rights Center. That symposium will be on Tuesday, September 26th at 5 p.m. at Newbridge Medical Center, and will be both open to live in-person attendance, and in addition will also be live streams for those who cannot make it. In addition, Mayor, as you also mentioned, we're also proud to announce that this year we will be again having a 5th annual New Milford Domestic Violence Awareness Symposium at New Milford High School. That event will be on Tuesday, October 10th, and will be at 1 p.m. in the afternoon at New Milford High School. And what's different this year, Mayor, is up until this point, our focus in this program has been to provide information about resources and services which are available to domestic violence victims to help them get out of abusive relationships. Well, Mayor, we're pivoting this year, and we're pivoting to now focus on prevention strategies and teaching our youth the tools to avoid getting into such relationships in the first place, as well as teaching them the risk factors, especially as it concerns the use of social media. That event will also be open to the public and live streamed as well. And again, will be at 1 p.m. on October 10th at the high school. And I thank the Mayor and Council for its ongoing and tremendous support, as well as the New Milford Police Department and the New Milford School District for their partnership as well.
Excellent.
Thank you.
I think that's a fantastic idea. Warning signs.
We're trying to be responsive to feedback we get after each symposium and tailor the next year's program to the specific responses we get from the previous year program, so we keep improving as much as we can. And our goal from the very beginning there was to create a series of symposiums throughout the year, accessible to victims throughout not only New Milford but Bergen County, to address as many different concerns and different issues that victims and survivors face.
You've done a fantastic job. I mean, you really took this and ran with it and made a great event. Wherever I go, people are always saying, "You know, you guys had the event. I saw the event." I mean, the views that we get on that are amazing, and people remember that it's here and that we've done it. So thank you.
I appreciate that, Mayor, but I just want to reiterate that the real thanks goes to the victims and survivors. They're the ones who inspire us to do this work. But thank you.
Thank you.
Can I also say, I think it's a really wonderful new tactic to try to prevent it as opposed to deal with it after the fact. The more we can do with prevention, the better it is
Thank you.
for everyone concerned.
Thank you.
Councilman Grassi.
Thank you, Mayor. DPW will have 2 new people starting in the middle of September. Okay, that's good news. And also the police department has appointed 4 special law enforcement officers, class 1. They'll be starting in the academy also in September. That's it for now.
Thank you very much. Council President Duffy.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, from the fire department, you heard some of my report. They are very excited about the September 23rd event. Not only will it be a family day and, a nice opportunity to meet and greet friends, but it will especially be important to invite friends and possible volunteers to meet the other firemen, talk to them about their commitment to their community, and to become a new member to either of our fire companies. And they've been doing pretty good on new membership, so hopefully this event will continue that progress on that. As far as the health department, let me just go back to the July report from the fire department. 3 mutual aids, 8 CO2 detectors, 5 alarm malfunctions, 7 accidental fire alarms, 3 structure fires, 1 good intent call, 7 odors of natural gas, 1 power line, 1 hazmat call, and 1 barbecue grill fire. Wasn't me, I promise. Burned the chicken though. So that's a total of 37 calls, man hours to the fires, 441. So that's pretty impressive for the summer. As far as the health department registrar, the health department does not meet, the Board of Health does not meet in July, but our registrar is busy keeping records for us. We had 8 marriage licenses, 23 marriage transcripts, 67 death certificates, 15 dog licenses, and 1 health food license. So we thank our registrar for continuing to keep the records for the borough. That's my report, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Councilwoman Siraki Hurley.
Thank you, Mayor. I really don't have anything else to add besides what the Mayor said about the cemetery tour, which should be fun.
It's going to be awesome.
I think it should be great. I think it should be a lot of fun. Other than that, we haven't had meetings in July, so it's been fun.
Okay. The only thing I'll add from Historic Newbridge Landing, the county is moving ahead and they will be replacing the roof on the Campbell Christie House. Campbell Christie House, as everyone knows, is a New Milford house, which used to stand where the current Welsh Farms is. So it's right on the corner. So that's exciting. Okay. At this time, I would ask for a motion to open to the public for public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen of the public, if anyone wishes to talk about anything related to the borough of Milford, all we ask is that you come up and give us your name, and we'll give you as much time as you need. Come on down. How are you tonight?
Good, how are you?
Good. Just give us your name, not your address.
John Bennett, Jon, and then 2 N's and 2 T's on up here. I hope I don't come off my wife says I tend to come off aggressive. I'm not trying to be. If I do, it's just my personality.
Don't throw anything at us.
I've here got a tree on my property that I've been told is actually town property because it's right on the curve.
Who told you that? Just so I know.
To treat people at PSE&G when they come to,
PSE&G.
because I've tried to have work done to it, and everyone tells me they can't touch it because it's a tree, it's a town tree. But I think something's wrong with it. 3 times since we've owned the house, limbs have fallen out of the tree. My utility wires and my neighbor's utility wires run under the canopy, and 3 times it's ripped the service out of my house. Once was a storm, 2 times it was no storm. It was a beautiful day. The limbs just fell out. I called the DPW years ago. Very nice lady I spoke to said they were going to come look at it. I can't remember her name. It was probably 5 or 6 years ago. She said they'd come look at it and somebody would contact me, and I never heard. After the limbs started falling out, I sent certified letters on the advice of my homeowner's insurance company because they keep fixing the same issues. I sent one to the DPW, to the mayor, and to the Board of Health, and nobody responded to me. That was August of 2020. And then everything kind of stopped, and I kind of forgot about it. I noticed the other day, there's another limb hanging straight down. It's got leaves on it, but the leaves are brown, so at some point during the summer, it was alive, and now this limb is dead and hanging off it. I also noticed there's a black thing the size of a basketball growing off the side of it.
So what I'm gonna have you do, can you give us your address, like write it down?
Yeah.
I don't want you to say it because we're live streaming and,
Yeah.
you know.
I have pictures if anybody wants to see it.
We will have the arborist, the tree crew go and look at it.
Yeah, I'm just scared someone's got it. I'm by the school.
Yeah, we will.
Have you been in contact with the DPW recently about it?
No, that's, I did see, I saw a DPW truck drive by my house one day, and they stopped and they looked up. That's what made me look up, and I saw the limb hanging down. I'm just scared that that branch is going to fall on somebody, or I have 2 little kids that play in the lawn.
First to make sure that it's a borough tree, and if it's a borough tree, to see what.
It's kicking out the curb. The curb is probably a foot further out, where that tree is. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I'm just scared somebody's going to get hurt. It's going to get hurt. And like I said, 3 times it's pulled the service out of my house. It's like $2,000 every time. Gonna be the town office here. That's the 7. Thank you. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell your wife you didn't come out as a bulldog.
Sorry?
Tell your wife you did not come out as a bulldog.
Thank you. I tried very hard.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public like to make public comment tonight? Going once, going twice. Okay, may I get a motion to close to the public?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be moving into closed session. We have 3 items on the agenda tonight. When we are finished, we will open up and we will immediately adjourn the meeting without taking any action. So at this time, may I get a motion to approve resolutions 2023:190 to 2023:210?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. May I get a motion to go into closed session?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night. Enjoy the last week or so of summer. And just get ready because back to school is starting and we ask everyone to please be safe on the roads. Thank you.